Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Insight. I am Tiffany White, Sage Woman, and I'm very honored and excited and just so very happy to be sitting in this sacred circle with each and every one of you this evening. Here we are, the last Sunday in August, August 27th. Woo! It's just going by so quickly, isn't it? So I want to welcome all the viewers who are watching on YouTube, Rumble, on X, former Twitter, on my LinkedIn profile page. Just welcome to all of the live viewers and also to those that will be watching the replay. And listening on the audio platforms as well. So I just appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and for if you're live and commenting in the comments. We have very interactive comment, and you do have to have an account or kind of be logged in or subscribed to the YouTube channel and also on Rumble in order to be able to interact and comment in the live chats. So just give you that little reminder for that. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Just want to say hello to everyone who is popping in. Now we've got viewers on Rumble, so hello, Robert, mighty Robert, aka Shaman Bob. Thank you so much for your donation, your super sticker on YouTube. Hello, beautiful Ruth. Let's see. Destiny Sugar Kim. All right. Welcome. So, yes. Okay. So, I didn't have a hello, Wendy. I didn't have a show last week due to it was our youngest son's. We were celebrating his birthday then. His birthday was during the week, and so we celebrated last Sunday. And so what a week it has been. Let me just energetically. And hello, Stephen, aka Quantum Blast. So nice for you to be here with us this evening. So thank you. And so just last weekend, not this past weekend or not yesterday and today, but last weekend was birthday weekend. Saturday we celebrated our neighbor who turned 90 years old. Hello, Carol Ann. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're so sweet. She turned 90, so we had a great time, there. That was interesting. I'll get back to that. And then Sunday with the sons and celebrating the youngest son's 31st birthday. Ah! Yeah, I don't know how that happens because I'm only 30. So it's my story. I'm sticking to it. No. Hello, Robin. Hello. And we'll get to that later because I'll wait till Samir gets on here because Samir made a request to talk about that topic, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The not anti-aging, but you can reverse the aging, and aging really is a choice. It really is. And so we can talk about that a little bit more, and in a little bit. Wait, let's see. Give it a couple more minutes and see where Samir is, if he's coming in. If not, he can watch the replay. So, yes, Robin, yes, you're 29. I know, right? Because I am older than you. So, yeah, right? Our kids are older than us, Robin. How'd that happen? Anyway, so it's been really, really interesting, and it's just like I said last week. So last Saturday, these are our dear neighbors. She's 90. Her husband had transitioned a couple of years ago. And interestingly, his name's Bob, Shaman Bob. But he was actually a builder. So Bob, he was a true Bob the Builder. And so, he comes around a lot and he was there celebrating. And one of the things when we would go holiday time, special occasions, he was a Scotch man. He liked his Scotch drink, right? And so he would always, to to find someone who would drink Scotch with him. And that was me, my husband. We would have a Scotch with him in toast. And so, wouldn't you know, his daughter is the oldest. His daughter comes up with, oh, here, Tiffany, here's your Scotch. And I'm like, really? I was like, oh my, okay. I haven't consumed alcohol in years. And so I was like, okay, so I just sip this. And so she was like, well, did I mix it right? And so I coached her on, fixed it just right. It's like, okay. So I took a couple of sips and it's like, cheers, toast to your dad, toast to her mother's birthday. And then the rest to my husband. I was like, here. I'm like, here. Um, and so then we would pass this glass back and forth to each other. And so he'd get to the ice part, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll have the ice. And so then she would see me, and then she like 3 times, and after that I was like, okay, we're done. Don't refill this anymore. But she did get better, pouring it just right, the ratio between the scotch and the ice, and so it was it was just right. So anyway, in total, I didn't even have a full. I mean, we're talking about the little 4 ounce, right, glass. It didn't even have a full one, and I think my husband did drink most of it, not me, but just that little bit. And then we did really good. Now this is a big Italian celebration, right? And the son did the cooking and everything, and he was upset. He didn't know about my husband and I. We are plant based. We have been for going on 3 years, and so he was like, you didn't tell me you had a special diet. I was like, it's okay. We work around. We know what we can eat. It's like, it's just us two. And look, everyone here, right? No. And so it was like, hey, they have salad here. Salad. It's like, I'll have the salad. It's okay. You get fruit. I'm like, so no problem. There was plenty of food and did not go hungry. And then it was like, okay, so dessert, and it was this, I'm telling you, death by chocolate cake. Oh my gosh, chocolate cake, chocolate icing, and then the little chocolate details was a different type of I mean, death by chocolate. So my husband and I had a piece of cake. And then now this was an early celebration because she just doesn't do late night. And so when we go home, and then it's just like it's still afternoon time, and we're just right next door. We didn't have to drive. Yeah, so we come and we're sitting there and we're like, wow, I didn't eat a whole lot, and we're just kind of like how we feel. And then we had a really good dinner, our style dinner, a couple hours later. And it's like, all right, so we went to bed. And then Sunday, it was interesting because I woke up and I'm like, why do I feel like, I don't know, I'm not hungover. I didn't have enough. And as I'm thinking that, my husband's just like, I don't know. He goes, are we hungover, or are we from the alcohol, or is it from the food coma? Yeah, or the food toxic shock or something, from the, and I was like, I don't know. And there's a lot of people too. I was like, I think it's layers. It's like it's everything. And so, it's like, all right, well, the boys weren't coming over until later Sunday afternoon. So I was like, we could just sit here in the morning time, drink lots of water, detox our bodies. We, to do that whole routine. I'm like, wow. So it used to be that I could handle just having once a year, um, any type of an alcohol celebration thing. I cannot at all now. And that was what is having this conversation with my body, and like, I'm so sorry. My body's like, no, absolutely none. No more. No more. Okay? Not even a little. And so it was just like, yeah, okay. All right. And I was like, and that chocolate cake. I mean, I think about it now and it makes me nauseous. It's like, oh, I thought chocolate would be really hard when I went dairy free. No, not really. Um, Anything that's too sweet now, it's just, ooh, no, I don't want it. So just listen, because our bodies are even fine tuning, even with the plant based diet. We're always trying to make it better, and so it's just, but really pay attention to things that you used to be able to eat or to drink and now you can't. And I feel like it's a level up. We're leveling up, and maybe this is something they want to talk about too, because of tradition, right? Because it's a birthday celebration, and now we're going to come into the fall, and then the fall with a whole bunch of traditions, hopefully, that we've all been breaking, if they're especially unhealthy traditions, and have making new ones and healthier ones for us. And it's just like, yeah, no, it's okay to say no. It's okay to do things differently, moving forward, and we really have to. And so it was just, it was a learning lesson, and then it was just kind of like, oh, woo, and the energies, it just going through and checking with my body, everything, doing this diagnosis the next day, this diagnostic check, right? Oh my gosh. And so anyway, it's like, all right, good to know moving forward. No, we're not doing that. Uh, so we all know what we have to do, especially if we're around other people in an energetic level. So it was, Sunday was just a mind, body, and soul detox, just whoo. And and so then we were okay by the time that the boys came over and we celebrated. And so, I mean, it wasn't too late, and that was that. So it was just like, okay, that was good. And then Monday was kind of like just a day of, I know, Monday work week, Monday for me, and working from home, but it's just still, it was just like, it was very easy. Then I felt a little strange. And I'll tell you, the last time I felt strange like this was um, Robin, I know you can relate to. When someone in your family is getting ready to transition, to crossover. And that's what it was. And I was like, wow, the last time I felt like this was the last time one of our family members crossed over. And, that's just the pattern. I was noticing the pattern, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep this to myself. Yeah, keep that to yourself, and let's just see what happens. We're going to send lots of love and light out through the whole family chain, through the whole family, and the next morning, it was my husband's aunt. We had got the message, but she was starting to. She was in a nursing care facility. She had Parkinson's, and it was getting to be painful for her. So this was, we don't want our loved ones to be in pain. None of us do. So it was. She had a full life, and I mean, she just lived life. I loved it. She just took life by the horns and just, let's go. And so, we just spent a day of reflecting, and it is never just a day. It goes on. And so then it was just, it's been really interesting. And then the energies this weekend's been like, wee, the roller coaster ride, yay! It's all good. And we just have to breathe through it. Deep breaths, sound. Listen to these upper frequencies and vibrations. Let me catch up on some of these. I think I've been talking and running my mouth here. Let me. Sugar Kim. Let's see. Normally I feel young, but had champagne last night and hungover today. I can't drink a little anymore. Right? Right? It's like, oh, forget it. And it doesn't even taste the same anymore, does it? It tastes different. When Death by Chocolate, my mother-in-law loved it, but it always upset my stomach. Yes, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, Stephen. Hard liquor tastes like turpentine. Yes. See, it I used to like, and they get good scotch, it just doesn't, no, it doesn't appeal to me. And it's like, no, I don't even want it anymore. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. Oh, so anyway, so that was fun and interesting. And are you noticing things? And it can be what we're consuming, maybe even our eyesight's changing. It can be something, any of the senses that's maybe fine tuning. Um, there's a lot of things that if we just pay attention to, that is, I don't say becoming sharper and more defined. Yes, for sure, more defined. Um, is we need to pay attention to what we need to be aware of as we're navigating through these powerful ascension times. Okay, so, ooh, excuse me. Let me take a sip of water since saying this and stay hydrated. Mm, okay. So, I did want to. Oh, sorry. There's just a lot of energies coming in today. It's just like, shh, slow down. Uh, I do want to share something with you. I get this great newsletter. I have read these newsletters before. I've shared them off and on periodically in the past. I mean, here we are. We're episode 426 of my show. So you've heard me mention this. And I'm going to read. It's from the Net of Light organization. I'll leave this up while I'm reading this. It's their current newsletter put out by Sharon McErlean. And I went to a grandmother event a couple of times in Rhode Island, the next state over, and they're just so loving, so beautiful. And so in the August newsletter, it's titled Love is All There Is. And I thought this was beautiful, and I really want to share this with everyone. It's a great reminder. Great reminder. All right. So this is coming from Sharon's viewpoint. She's sharing her experience of what she needs to write about with the grandmothers. So I'm going to read it as it's written. It's very nice. So here we go. Um, so she's asking, what should she talk about in the newsletter? Speak of one love, the grandmother said. And I thought to myself, okay, grandmothers, but what about it? Love is all there is, they replied. And because it is, you are living it now, living the one love at every moment. They laughed then, amused by my bewildered look. We see the look on your face, and you think the one love must be some big, important state, some rare summit. You think like that, they said. Nonsense, they cried and threw up their hands. You are swimming in a sea of love. You are cooking in a soup of love. You breathe love in with each breath you take, and then you send it out. You do this at every moment of your life. What? I said to them, and continued to stare, dumbfounded by their description. You are so unknowing, they laughed, almost sound asleep. Don't you see? They asked me. You are the one love. What else could you be? They asked, and then they stared me down, waiting, with their fists on their hips. Love is your nature, they said at last. It's who you are. It's in your breath. It's in your every thought and feeling. You are it, they gleefully announced. And then they grinned broadly, seeming to be enjoying my discomfort. Stop kidding yourself, they said then, and waved their hands in my face. Stop playing games with yourself. Stop entertaining all the trivia that takes over in your mind. Oh dear, what about this? What do I do about that? What if? What if? Stop it, they commanded me. They commanded me. Stop all that chatter and instead sit down, be quiet, and feel us. They said, feel our presence. We're right here. Feel your heart beating now. They said, feel. They repeated. And finally I did as they asked. I felt. I let go of all the questioning, the worry, and instead I felt my heart beating. I became aware of my breath, and then I began to feel it all. The warmth in my body, how it felt to sit on the chair, the breeze flowing in from the open window. Ah, I exhaled. And yes, I finally said, drawing out the last word with a sigh. I get it. I get it, grandmothers. Yes. This is it. This is what you mean. This is who I am, I said in surprise. This is the truth. This feeling of love is home base for me. It's real. Everything else is just scatter. It's a lot of nothing, really. It's just nothing, I said. Only fragments of mental fluff. It's not real, it's not true, but this feeling, this is real. I said with conviction, this feeling is oneness. Oneness with you, grandmothers, I said. Oneness with you, with everything, oneness with everyone. This, I said to my patient teachers, is the real deal. Not that busy little nothing stuff that comes and goes in my head, I said. The feeling of oneness is real. Yes, the grandmothers agreed sincerely. Love is all there is. Isn't that beautiful? It's a great reminder. And they kept saying the word is, and the isness. Some people say the stillness, and it's the isness. Um, you can check out that beautiful website, netoflight.org, and there's a lot of great things on there. So be sure to check that out if you are interested. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. So yay! I love this story, right? Stephen, I did too. I thought, oh, this is great to share. Oh, yes, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Carol Ann. Hello, tribe, our tribe. And it's a great reminder. It's a great reminder. And especially right now, because everything outside of us um, is chaos, and the chaos is ramping up. Things that they want to try to implement again. And it's just, that's crazy. And we don't have to participate in anything that uh, we feel interferes with our divinity, our sovereignty, and who we are. All right, just know that. And whoo, that's very powerful. I'm still feeling that when you drop down and you feel, whoo, so beautiful. Um, mm. Oh, yes, my website is listed below whitesagewoman.com. I'm going to spell it out for the audio listeners. White, WHITE, sage, SAGE, woman, WOMAN.com. Check out my website, see my services, book a session with me. And yeah, this is a great time where we really need to just what's going on. And to help you have that conversation with your higher self, and feeling that uh, that's where everything is, in that stillness and that isness. And then when we feel, and we're connected to our soul, to our higher self, to the divine cosmic heart, to our to source, to our divine creators, and everyone and everything. And it's amazing. It really is. Excuse me. So, a lot of energy on Mary's show. That's past Wednesday, she had a great sound healer on. And if you missed her show, you might want to go check it out. Wednesday, it was, I think his name Angelo Rizzo, and he was talking and going through about, he was really giving us an education on tuning forks, which I thought was yay. You can, I knew a little bit about it, but not enough. And you have your favorites. You have your favorite tuning forks, and you kind of stick with that, right? And but I learned something very interesting too, um, that I will share with you. And yes, this also. Um, I heard this bit and I immediately thought of Kavita. Whoever converses with Kavita, if you could pass this information on to Kavita, because this came it came through for her when I heard this. Okay, so um, he was talking about tinnitus, the ringing in your ears. Okay, and that the 880 hertz 880 hertz is for tinnitus. Now, what's interesting is when I heard that, because one of the messages I gave her a while ago, I think when she watched one of my shows, or it was a spiritual message circle, which we had a great one last night. If you missed, go back and check that too. Just bookmark a whole bunch of things to do later after this show. But no, was that she needs to listen to sound healing. She needs to listen to the solfeggio tones. Because there's a frequency that can help her. And I wasn't really, sometimes we get this information and we just share it. It's not for us to interpret, right? And to comprehend. But it was like, oh, now I get it. That's the hertz. I didn't know what it was. 880 hertz for tinnitus, for the ringing in the ears. And it's once all health issues have been addressed and looked at and eliminated, so to speak. But right now we're in very high frequency times. I would go right to the sound healing, to these high vibrations first. Okay. Yes, we both did then, Robin. Okay. We both told Kavita that, but didn't tell her about this. So now let's tell her about the 880 hertz. And it's go back and listen to that last show, because he has some great stuff on the website too. He does sell, him and his partner, his business partner, they do sell tuning forks. And there's some that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. Specifically talked about the 888 hertz, which is the Jesus or the Yeshua tool. And that the 888 hertz would also work on tinnitus, the ear ringing as well. And so I want to go back. I haven't had a chance yet to go back and look at all the tools and stuff there. But he did mention that 50 hertz is for nerve pain. And this is the weighted. And I know I've talked about what the weighted is more for healing the body. And the tuning forks that I've been playing is more the unweighted, is more of it's a higher pitch. We can hear it and hear it more. So I did get, and it's interesting, the lower the hertz, the bigger the instrument. Think about that. And the higher, the smaller, because remember my crystal one, which I will play in a few minutes too, is small. So here's the 50. This is the 50 weighted. Look at that, holy moly, right? Well, I got this because I was having some issues around my ankles. And I was like, is this muscular? But I was doing all sorts of things. I was like, no, it's not muscular. It might be a combination of nerve and muscular. And so I got this, and it just was for the weighted ones, they have an activator. You just tap it. Well, hold on, you want to hold it by the very bottom. And then you just activate it. This part should be on the skin, so you don't hear it, right? Because but you could feel it. It's a very strong. All right, like going into your hand. Okay. Now you can hear it I can because I'm right here with it, but you can't hear it. And this is the weighted. The weighted goes on the body. It's for the body healing. But look at this. But I was working with this this afternoon with my ankles, and it really does work. And I was like, wow. I was really happy with that. Excuse me. Woo! Obviously, it makes you sneeze too. So, mm, excuse me. I can never sneeze just once. Here we go. 3 times. Are we done? Okay. Woo! Um, yeah. Very, very, very powerful. So I have a couple of weighted ones. That's a new one now. I only had one, but prior to that, I've showed this to you guys before. I do believe this is my solar plexus weighted ones. This is the 126.22 hertz. You see, and you see the weights right there. And you could use the activator like this. You know, it kind of looks like a hockey puck. If you have a hockey puck, all right, you know, you can just hit it. This one actually did come with the mallet to hit it, to activate it, and put it in your solar plexus. Ooh. Who also had something with the solar plexus? Well, somebody can take this. Okay, so the weighted ones are great for body work. You know, right against the body. It's wonderful for that. So I'm really happy to have that, and thank you so much, Robin. Bless you. Thank you. Yes, we are all blessed. Let us remember that and know that. And know that. So I'm sorry. Hold on. Just hold on. Now it's running. I'm not going to blow my nose. Scare everybody. So just do a little at a time. You know, it's not overwhelming trying to buy like a whole set, but just what your needs are. Like with mine is like, okay, I'm going to start here. Um, and so exactly, and that's the thing is that you can use them if for your healing sessions, your in person when you're doing Reiki on someone, healing massage therapists, whatever your business is, and even self healing. Ta-da! You don't have to, self healing. That's the big one. Self healing. That's what I'm hearing. And this is why we're going through this then is because for self healing. All right. So the weighted ones, too, you want to keep the stem, and this is I'm going to show you. I also found this pretty cool. So they have these little rubber balls that you can stick your tuning forks in so you can hold them better so they don't slip out of your hand. All right. But you don't want to do that on your weighted tuning forks because you need to be able to feel it. But on your unweighted ones, they're perfect, right? So you see how it's much easier to grip this now. So this is the 432 tuning fork, which I've played before. Does everyone just take a deep breath? Put your hands over your heart, your command center, your sacred heart center. Put your hands over. Take some deep breaths for the 432. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, it's still going. Yeah. So again, start slow. See where you need it. Buy them for yourself first. It's not selfish. Buy them for yourself first, and then you can share with family and share with everyone else. And oh yeah, I do have the 528 hertz one too. which is, see, 432 is nature, which to me is just love. There's such that connection. That is love. And this is 532, the heart chakra, you know. So I showed you the rubber boulder grip. This one has like a little ring, a rubber ring that they put on the bottom of theirs so that you can still hold on to it easier, right? And so that if you wanted to, so this is the heart, 532 hertz. Go higher, hear that? And so then with all these type of unweighted healing forks, all right. Wow, could be out of here if I tried. So you tap it, go from left ear to right ear, and then this is where the little piece comes in. I like to just, you can dangle it right in front of your heart chakra. Very nice. And you can do this for other people too, but this is not on their body. This is around their body. So these tuning forks are more for the aura, right? For our energy field. And the weighted is more for our body, our physical body. So that's that one. And then my personal favorite. Hello, Teresa. You're right on time, hon. Is the little, now they call this the crystal one, but I've heard this also called angelic, the angelic one. And so what they say, anything over 1,000, anything over 1,000 hertz cleanses your aura completely, just cleanses your whole energy field. Anything over 1,000 hertz. Remember, this little crystal one is 4,096. So some people call this the crystal. Some it's referred to as angelic, because there's two other ones. Well, look, 444, right? So the 4,000 series. There's other 4,000, a little bit higher hertzes. So there's three 4,000 hertz that are known as the angelics, or the crystals, and these. Anything over 1,000, it cleanses your aura and your crystals too. Crystals, so your whole house as well, right? And so you don't have to have a really big one like I have. You can have a small one, something with a flat base, and you just here's what it looks like: 4,096. See how small it is, right? I'm going to take some deep breaths. Deep breaths in it. And now we'll use the big crystal, flat end of this big crystal here. Take some deep breaths. Here we go. Breathing in love. Exhaling love, because love is all there is. You vibrate with that. And when I say love is all there is, that does not mean that we're ignoring the dark at all. We completely know that dark side. Absolutely. But the dark is part of the light. It's part of the yin and the yang. And that they must be in balance and in perfect harmony with one another. And so we're not ignoring it. We know how dangerous it is to separate the two and to give power to the dark. Then it becomes evil, right? And so we know that. So we know we're just keeping it all. But love keeps everything, keeps that all in balance. Balance is the key. Balance. All right, take some more deep breaths. I feel like it's a big release. Somebody who had something with their back, their spine, I felt like my spine on that last one just kind of released something. Whoever that was. Mm. For sometimes a lot no sometimes a lot of times for me, and this is how I do my type of healing. I'm not pulling it to me. This is just part of my this is just part of how I do it, and I recognize that and I know that, and I also make sure that everything is released afterwards, like in a healing session or just around other people, and you I feel what's going on with them. I can feel it in my body, and it doesn't stay with me because I have commanded that it doesn't do that. Just show me in my body, I got it, and then it releases. Okay. So somebody had something with their back and that released. So there you go. I'm glad it released. Yay! That felt good though, too, for me. It's like, wow, that was nice. Unexpected. But so yes. And that's just how it has always been like that for me. I'm not pulling it to me. It's just what it is. So and I'm fully aware of it, and then I don't carry it with me either. It's just, oh, all right. Oh, and this is the thing too, in releasing. All right. A lot of things we've been taught is that when we're purging, we're getting rid of things that don't. It's not for our highest and greatest anymore. We're purging. We're getting rid of everything, right? And it starts with the purge. We don't need this anymore. We're just going to push it out of our bodies. And then what's the second thing they teach us? Well, you can't leave that void there. Now you got to pack it in full of light. So I do a different technique that I've been doing, and I guess I didn't even realize it until I was going through it. And then I heard, oh, well, this is easier, faster, and better way of purging. And I was like, oh, because I was standing outside, doing my I've talked about it before. They stand in the star formation and the star and Ankh formation, arms out with the suns, letting the suns just, oh yeah, soak in. I have no glasses on, no sunglasses, and I have my face up to the sun. I close my eyes. You can have your eyes open in sunrise and sunset because it's not as intense. It doesn't hurt you, but you'll know, okay, can I open my eyes and look at it? And you can. Right there at sunrise, you can and it doesn't hurt you. But that afternoon, once it gets hot, you shouldn't do that. But you can still go out there and just soak in the rays and soak in all these beautiful frequencies, right? And so it's so beautiful. And so then I'm like calling in the source frequency of love light shines to me and through me with grace and ease. And so it is. Well, as this light is shining to you and through you, when it's going through you and through your chakras and through your whole body and on the cellular level, it's pushing out. It's purging. It's like in a scan, and anything that's not for your highest and greatest or part of your divine blueprint, poof, gets rid of it. There you go. That is so much easier on our energy. It's smoother and it goes with grace and ease. Instead of trying to, so it's hard just to purge. Okay, I'm going to remove this. I'm just going to purge now. What does that feel like? Am I doing it? Okay, well, now I can't leave this hole. And then you're visualizing as you're saying all this, which is also not good to visualize that you have this hole. And now I got to pack this in with love. What does that feel like? You know what? Love shining through you blows all that right on out. So practice that. Get back with me on that, how that feels. Give me some feedback. And see how that is. But it's absolutely powerful. Just and always with the grace and ease. Every day more and more. source frequency of love, light, light, love shines to me and through me with grace and ease, with grace and ease. And so it is. All right, Robin says, yes, it did. I was having a problem with my back. I felt gas when it was released. Thank you. Now I'm burping. Okay, great. Yay, with Robin. Well, thank you for sharing. Sharing that. All right, I guess Samir will have to catch the replay. He knows I was going to talk about this on my show. All right, because he asked me, he goes, what's your anti-aging secret? And it's not an anti. I'm not against it. Let me just go back. As a child, it horrified me that someone, when someone got old, I was horrified by an older person's body shriveling up, or by the body shriveling up. Let me just say that becoming dehydrated, and just shriveling up. And why did that terrify me? And it's, because when my and then you're kind of like, all right, I guess that you're taught it's natural process, this is what happens, but you love your family, you love your parents, just go with me with this. You see the progression. There's a physical change between child, adult, and elder, right? And it's just like, but I think all kids come in knowing that it's not a physical change they were used to, it's energetic change. It's energetic change. An elder doesn't automatically mean it's somebody of a particular age, because an elder is a wise person, and I know 70-year-olds, I'm sorry, who don't seem very wise, you know. But we call them an elder because of their appearance, because of how they look. That always stumped me. As I'm just going to tell you, it stumped me for the longest time as a child. And then I could also tell, again, who was going to cross over. I'm not going to go into all of that. And I asked for that to come in a much smoother way, because that was horrific for me to see that happening. And it did. And this is, kids know to ask and to change that and go, oh, no, I don't like this. Let's change it up. What happens? We forget about it as adults, don't we? We forget that we are that powerful. Maybe we're told and put down that we're not that powerful. We forget and we disconnect. But as a child, we made it happen. All right? Ask and you receive. So then I read, this is a 2001 book, which confirmed everything. So I went through all of life. No, not all of life. 2001, Deepak Chopra and David Simon wrote this great book, Grow Younger, Live Longer. Grow Younger, Live Longer, 2001. This is I'm not sure if they're still, I knew that they were in business together, Deepak Chopra and David Simon. They had a lot of Deepak Chopra centers. They had a lot of centers in major cities. But this book here changed my life. As far as it validated for me everything that I knew. And it was just really, really great. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I will share with you in here one of the things. And for those that have this book, all right, you might need to go to your library, dust it off. I pull my little trick. I pull dust covers off of books that I've read. This is how I know when I've read them in my library. If it still has a dust cover, I haven't finished reading it. And so sometimes I'm guided to buy something and just put it there for reference, and it's there when I need it. But when I'm done reading a book, savoring it, then I take the dust cover off. And that's for me, that's just a little way of knowing. So for those of you that have the book, page 220, and there's a lot of great things. I'm not going to share all of it. Just, I'm trying to be mindful and respectful of the book, the copyright. But I do say this every day. I go through and like how we say affirmations. Well, I call them commands. I command these things to happen. Not demand, demand's a different energy, but command. And listen to the 10 commandments. We command this to happen. Your Sacred Heart Center is your command center. Command center. All right. And yes, I know a lot of people's brain power, mind, it is very strong. It is when both hemispheres are working in harmony with each other. When the left hemisphere is working in harmony with the right hemisphere, that creates a strong third eye. And the third eye knows that it is the co-driver, the co-pilot to the Sacred Heart Center, that's the command center, and that it gets commands from there. Okay, yes, and they have this beautiful dialogue. They work in harmony and balance with each other. Not your mind, and only half of your mind trying to control and rule everything. Control, command. When your third eye is balanced and open, it's part of the command. The chain of command, right? The chain of command. There is a chain of command. There's a chain of control. There's a chain of command, a chain of control. In a feng shui, it's the productive cycle and then the destructive cycle. Different terms for the same type of energy, right? All right. So I love this. When I say this, when it maybe for women, men should have some kind of care too. Facial care, you wash your face. So I just got in the habit and the routine of saying this, and I've said this since early 2000s when I came across this. And I know you could reset. Okay, I said that aging was a choice. Zebak talks about how you can reset your biostat, your biochemistry in your body for an age, and stick with it and remind your body, okay? But you also have to support it. It's not just commanding it. You have to take care of your body. You have to listen. You can't just say, do this, and I'm not going to take care of you. It's like getting in your car and saying, drive, but I'm not going to put gas in you. You're not going to get very far, right? Okay. So, well, I say this when I wash my face in the morning and I put on some morning cream, face lotion, and then at nighttime. So I do it 2 times a day. Sometimes I might add another one in if I feel like, if I just do it. But it's every day in every way. I am increasing my mental and physical capacity. My biostat is set at a happy and healthy 30 years of age. I look and feel a happy and healthy 30 years old. Interestingly, too, is kids who can see, when my grandparents did cross over and they came back to me, and everyone that would come looks young. They may show you with what you remember them as, and then they show their truths. They show their 30-year-old self. And they say, this is how we look, 30 years old. And it's interesting, and having, now in conversations with your star family, your higher self, there's a lot of validation of everyone looks like they're 30. But they could be hundreds of years old and they look like they're 30. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's beautiful. And then you can say, I am reversing, and there's a whole thing. I don't say that every day. I just said what I shared with you. But this is how we make this stick. I am reversing my biological age by changing my perception of my body, its aging in time, through 2 kinds of deep rest: restful awareness and restful sleep. by nurturing my body with healthy foods and drinks, by using nutritional complements wisely, by enhancing my mind body integration. We said mind in the body, right? Integration through exercise or just stretches. You got to move your body, by eliminating toxins from my life, by cultivating flexibility and creativity and consciousness through love, because what else is there? Through love. And by maintaining a youthful mind, a youthful mind. That inner child wants to play. Go freaking play. Go play. Go have some fun, right? Many people are so stuck into the routine of work, 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 work. That trap, that enslavement. If you don't enjoy your job, this is where I'm getting. They feel trapped. If you enjoy your job, you're not trapped, and you know you can change it up. But those that feel trapped do not know, one, what their dreams are, don't know what their hobbies are, can be. Not saying that that's definite, but they're usually are so into the routine of staying focused on job and money that they have forgotten about their dreams, who they are, what their real skills are. What are their skills? And this is what we're going to all learn very soon here, what we are here for, and to help come together in a community and worldwide and work together in harmony. And what does that look like, and what does that feel like, and you know, what skills do I have to present to my community? It doesn't have to be, you know, something. We always take things to like a grandiose scale, but it can be something like, I can grow food really good, I'm a great baker, I'm a great chef, or you know, I can sew. I can sew some clothes. I can make clothes. You know, you're going to need builders. You get what I'm saying, right? It's what do we need to sustain life, and these are the types of things. Um, the healers, the healing temples, new healing temples, and yes, there's talks about these healing beds, and these med beds, or however, quantum healing beds coming out. You know, you you know, and that's supposed to realign you back to your divine blueprint. But do you know that if we take care of our own self healing, we do align with our divine blueprint, but we evolve higher. We expand ourselves higher if we do the work ourselves. And so let's get into that routine of having the conversation, mind, body, and soul, doing that checklist. How am I feeling today? Not being a drama queen or king about it. Let's just ask, how are we feeling? Okay. And let's take care of things. And that's that. You know. Um, so yeah. I hope that helps, and thank you, Samir, for suggesting that. If there's any topics or anything, that questions or anything that you would like uh, for me or for us to talk about and to share, please, you know, let me know. Just you know how to get in touch with me. Just let me know. But thank you so much for that, and I hope that that has been helpful. And something else I would like to say here tomorrow. We're going to do things. I'm going to take my hat off here for a moment and put Goldylocks Productions hat back on. Yesterday was the 8th anniversary of Goldylocks Productions, and September 1st starts season 9. Tomorrow, Marsha's show, um, Enlightened Heights, is going to be streamed a little differently than how we used to do this. Her shows from now on are going to only be live on Rumble and X, or Twitter. Okay. So if you're not familiar with Rumble and you want to see Marsha's show, I'm giving you this warning now. I will put this out tomorrow when we promote her show. But there is going to be a difference. you will have to create an account with Rumble, and there is a live chat that you can chat in during the live show. So, but it's not hard to use at all. It's no harder than, it is with YouTube. But there's a freedom factor. And I need her to be able to be who she is and to sing whatever she wants to sing without any controversy over copyright infringement. So crazy. So YouTube and Facebook has been, Facebook has really been given her and I both a lot of very negative feedback. So pushback, I should say, with that. So we're just saying, okay, we're moving on. We've got Rumble and we've got X, Twitter. So that's where her live shows are going to be. Now, what I will do for YouTube and in her social media is I'm going to make like just a little 3-minute trailer of her show. So like Tuesday now, I will make a 3-minute snippet from her show Monday night, put it on social media with the link to see the full show. Okay. So just letting you know of those changes. And from time to time, if we feel that we need to do a show on these platforms where we won't be banned for, then we will just do those shows on Rumble and X/Twitter, and we will let you know ahead of time for that. Okay, so thank you so much for everything. Thank you for sitting in this sacred circle this evening. And I just am final things. I did have something that messages from my guidance team, from my higher self, from my team. I want to take you out with as we end here. We are moving into a time when miracles of every nature are being manifested. In fact, they are your birthright. Great accomplishments are yours when you let go of the striving and embrace thriving. Align yourself to the ancient holy wisdom, quietly filtering through that part of your consciousness, your higher self, that is connected to divine cosmic truth. And also, Founding Father, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Thomas Jefferson. All right. Remind me next week. I've had the Founding Fathers visit off and on in the past. So, all right. Remind me about that. We'll talk about it. Thank you so much. Much love to each and every one of you. And we have a great week of shows with the Goldylocks Productions lined up. And thank you. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your love and support. And we are so grateful to each of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy this commercial for our shop. So, good night, everyone. Remember, keep shining brightly.